Okay, welcome to Vision Boards 101. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about vision boards, if they work, how to make them work, and let's dive in. So, first of all, yes, vision boards can work if you do them right. And there's the disclaimer. A lot of people try to use vision boards or dream boards, and they it doesn't quite happen like they think it's going to happen. They put some pretty pictures onto a board or a wall or a poster, and they put all of their dreams and hopes onto this collage type deal. And some of them look at it and some of them don't look at it and hope that those things are going to happen. And that's not how it works. Using a vision board is a tool, and as a tool, you have to actually use it in the way that it was meant to be used, or in a way that is efficient and goes towards a goal. So, I'm going to explain a little bit how to make a vision board actually work for you. For me, I know that a vision board works because I've got a journal full of items that I have accomplished off of my vision board. And that's the first thing I would say. The first key is to keep track of when you accomplish something. Put it in a journal, binder, whatever works for you. Take the items off your vision board once you accomplish them and save them so that you can go back and look at what you've accomplished and see the successes that you've had. So, that's the first key. Now, the second part is probably the most important. That's how to set up a vision board. A lot of people overcomplicate it or overcrowd it. And so I've got a little drawing back here that's a cheesy little drawing, but I'm also going to write it up and design it on the screen with you as well so you can see kind of how I put a vision board together. So the first step is to have a frame. So let's choose this and make a frame. Okay, not gonna make it too pretty, so bear with me. But gotta have a frame, something that focuses your attention in on it. Those pegboards are really good. You can tape on a wall. You can do whatever you want just to make a frame to frame in your vision board so that when you look at it, it's something that is focused. Okay, and I know some people like a little more chaos, and I do sometimes like a little more chaos myself, but the vision board, for it to work, has to be organized and specific, and it has to kind of focus things in a way that makes them actually happen in your life. And so that's why I am saying these steps, okay? So, first you put a frame. After you've got something with the frame to stick things on, you come up with probably about 3 goals. And I would put them right down the middle. So let's say goal 1, goal 2, goal 3. And apparently they weren't quite in the middle. So put these goals in the middle. And on each one, you're going to have a picture of what you're trying to accomplish and some text describing it. Okay, so it's a description of what you are going to accomplish. So if you're going to, your goal should be pretty specific. So let's say you have a goal of losing a certain amount of weight, put the number of pounds, and you put a picture of what you imagine yourself to look like. You can put a picture of someone else that's inspiring to you. And then you put a description. It says exactly how many pounds you're going to lose. If it's a certain dollar amount, I want to make $10,000, $30,000, $100,000, whatever dollar amount. Put that exact number in there and get a picture that represents that in your mind. Either I don't know, Photoshop your bank account with that number in it, or get a picture of a pile of dollar bills or money, whatever it is that works best for you to describe what it is that you're going to be looking at that's going to show you that you have accomplished that goal. So grab those two items. Let's see. And we will put them on all three. And forgive the clicking, I like clicky keyboards. Okay, now you've got a description with an item, a picture, something that you can visualize. Then, I know it seems like there's not a lot because there's only 3 goals, but that's important because it's hard to focus on a bunch of goals at once. Some people put 10 or 20 things on their vision board and then expect them to magically happen. Well, I don't know about you, but I can't focus on 20 things at once. I have a hard time focusing on 3 things at once. Usually they have to do with 3 different parts of my life, like a relationship goal, a health goal, and a money or financial or business goal. So like finances, health, and relationships. So I separate it out so that they're not clogging up my brain trying to figure out which part's which. So 3 goals are there. To the left, what I do is I get a Post-it note. By the way, for the goals, I use 5x7 cards and I print them off on my computer. And I use Canva to design them. I'm not affiliated with them, I'm not promoting it, but it's pretty awesome. So I create 5x7s, create those, print them out, and stick them on there. On the left, I put Post-it notes. And on the Post-it note, I will write a tiny goal. And I will make a tiny goal for each of my large goals. Now, the purpose of that is first of all, is like a step, the first step towards that goal. So as I accomplish my tiny goal, I'll take that one off and put a new tiny goal on. And it's the next step, whatever the next step is towards accomplishing the big goal. And I take all those tiny goals and I stick them all over my journal. So I've got a page full of tiny goals at the end. And then on the other page, on the right page, I put the big goal that I accomplished. And then under that, I'll put the next part. So what it does is it helps you to feel like you're moving forward towards the goal. It gives you evidence that you're succeeding, and it makes it easier to get there because you have one step at a time leading towards that item in the middle. The last thing that I do is I print another 5x7 card and put it to the right. And this card is very special, and it goes on the same page in my journal with the goal, because this is also going to have, let's see, oops. It's going to have a picture and a description. And what it is, that is going to be your reward. So what you're going to get when you accomplish your goal. So we got, let's see, goals. Got tiny goals or steps. So tiny goals or steps, those, let's see if it'll do this. Oh, that's kind of cool. So tiny goals or steps lead to goals, lead to rewards, like this. And that is the picture that I have drawn behind me, is your tiny goal leading to your goal, leading to your reward. So you've got it all set up. there's a reward. It doesn't have to be anything huge, something that fits the goal well. Okay, if your goal is to make $100, the reward's not going to go be to buy a new plasma TV. Oh, they don't do plasma TVs. A new big screen TV. Okay, you're not going to use $100 to buy a big screen TV, right? So it's got to be something smaller. It could be something as simple as I get to go out and get a meal at a restaurant. Maybe you're spending $20 of that 100. It could be less. Maybe you get to go on a date with your wife on a picnic, or take your husband out to play a sport or an arcade or something and spend like $5, or something small. Or it could even be a high five if it's something tiny. Let's say your goal is that you want to lose a pound because you just haven't been able to lose that first pound. So your goal is to lose a pound. After you lose the pound, you get a high five as the goal, as the reward. Okay? So you've got those, you got it all set up, you hang it on your wall, and you look at it twice a day. I know that might seem like a lot, or might not seem like very much, but this is key. Okay? You look at it twice a day, minimum of 3 minutes each time. Ideally, 3 minutes per goal, but you can also do 1 minute per goal to start off to get yourself used to the process. And maybe you don't have a lot of time, so 3 minutes in the morning, 3 minutes in the evening. And the way that you do it is very important. Okay? You picture yourself accomplishing the goal. Okay? And at first, you stare at the picture and read the description. Once you have the description memorized, you have that feeling, you start to burn that picture in the back of your eyelids, okay? Like you look at it, you close your eyes, hold that picture as long as you can, and then open your eyes when you lose it. And then look at it some more, and then close your eyes. And eventually you'll have it, so you can just visualize it. And that's why I call it a vision board instead of like a dream board, because it's teaching you how to visualize your goals. And you do that with your goal and your reward. And mostly the reward. Because sometimes you have to do things that you don't want to do, and that's your goal. And sometimes the goal is a reward in itself, so you might be able to use that. But if it's something that you might not quite want to do, or it's not comfortable, then you can focus on the reward you're going to get after you accomplish it. So visualizing it would go like this. You close your eyes, you visualize the goal taking place. It happens. Something happens, you know you've got the goal, and then the reward. You start visualizing the reward. And you can get very, very descriptive and deep with this. Okay, one time I had a dollar amount goal, and then I was going to take my family to the beach in California, and I had it all, like I could picture it, I could smell it. Okay, I could smell the ocean. We'd walk up with my family. I could still see it now. We'd run onto the beach. We'd put the picnic blanket down. We've got sandwiches. Oh, my wife and I had subs, and then my little kids had PB&Js. And then we would go and play and run around. We'd go run in the water a little bit. Then a wave would come up and splash my kids, and they're little, so they would yell and scream and run, and they'd get the blanket all dirty, and my wife would get all wet and sandy too, and it would laugh and yell and scream, and it'd be awesome. Okay, this amazing experience. I could smell the ocean water, and then sooner than I would have hoped even, it happened. Okay, the dollar amount came, and we went and took that trip. And it's not, it might seem silly when you first do it, but just the idea of visualizing where you're going in life is how you get there. If you think of something, when you think of a goal, or when you think of life in general, that's the direction you're headed. If you think things are going to be terrible, they're probably not going to be so great. If you think they're going to be great, then even when hard things come, you'll be able to face them easier. And so creating a vision in your life where you're going for your goals and rewards, and visualizing that every day creates this habit where not only are you achieving your goals and getting your rewards, but then the rest of your life starts to like magically move forward on its own, because you're thinking more positive. You're thinking towards rewards in life and giving yourself what you deserve. Okay? I think that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And that was Vision Boards 101.